up, family? First, if you're new here, my name is Danny, and this is the E46 M3 GTR tribute car from Need for Speed Most Wanted. Crazy enough, it took us a couple months to take it from a regular 325 Ci to this wide body M3 tribute from Need for Speed Most Wanted. We did it all by hand in our little garage with zero experience, and I can truly say we did an amazing job, but this car's far from finished. Oh boy, well, as you're seeing right now, there's a big issue, and that is the interior of this car is hands down probably the worst thing I have seen in a very long time. It is as bad as it gets.
What's that? What's that, brother?
But all we can do is breathe and take it one step at a time, starting with what we touch every single day we step into a car. 1 through 10, what would you rate this interior? That
0.
0 out of 10?
0.
Wow. What do you hate most about it?
I love the sunroof.
You like, oh, you do like the sunroof.
And we're doing a wider body.
Wider body.
Yeah. We're gonna need 2 lanes.
2, that's insane. That's awesome,
We're gonna have
actually.
to park sideways.
Wow, okay. So it's gonna be like a square car.
Yeah.
Now for this car, we're going to be doing something crazy with the interior I have never done before. We're gonna be making it a full-on race car slash supercar slash modern interior. The theme of it, race car.
We're gonna take your car, tear it apart, and see if it's street legal.
We got ourselves some racing seats. Not only do we get some seats, we got ourselves some red racing seats from Brom Racing. Oh, yeah. Oh. So why Brom seats? The answer is pretty simple. Brom seats are the first ever brand I purchased for my 370Z back in the day. I ran them for years. They never ripped, never broke, never nothing. I absolutely love them, and the quality has been great to me, so we gotta throw this in there. But before we do that, you know what we gotta do. It is time for the funnest part of the project. Time to get rid of the old, rusty, moldy, disgusting interior and get the car ready for the new, clean racing seats. But I do want you guys to comment right now. What is your favorite interior from any car? Although this one is probably just a tad bit more comfortable than the Brom seats. I mean, these belong in there way more than these. And yes, not only are we taking out the front seats, we're also getting rid of the rear seats. And I have a very nice surprise for you guys later on this video. The rear seats to take off wasn't that difficult, but it did take a little bit of patience and work. And you're probably wondering, wait, why did you just take out the whole rear and do all that? Well, we're going to be doing something called gutting the car. Now, I have never done anything like this, but I really want this car to just be cool, rowdy, and really have a race car-like feel. And doing this is definitely gonna be one step closer to that. But if you don't know what gutting the car means, basically think of it as taking out every single practical thing BMW put in the interior of the car. So everything that's going to make driving the car fun and comfortable, yeah, everything is pretty much coming out. Carpet, trim pieces, everything. The scariest part was absolutely taking off the carpet, but after doing some cutting, really getting in there, and some patience, we were able to get it out. We may have a really big problem. Thank God we did this. Because if you come in here, weirdly enough, that's water, folks. And water under the carpet for a long period of time is just not good. It could create mold, which could then lead into weird health issues, and it could even rust out the cars. I also just literally found a hole on the floor through the rubber piece that goes here, so we definitely need another one of these. It's really weird that it's just a rubber piece with maybe some silicone around it, but that's how it works. This is so disgusting, but we still have to get the front half of it. The front half is definitely going to be a lot more of a challenge just because we have all that up there. But to make it easier, I'm actually going to cut right here so we don't have to take this side out, and then everything down there should be able to come out. Saying it is much easier than actually doing it, but just like I said, with some cutting, it actually made things a lot easier, especially getting the carpet out of the hard to get to spots. after going through it, I can now say I am an expert at removing carpet from a car. Let's go ahead and talk about today's sponsor because it's a really cool one. And that is Bespoke Post. They're a monthly membership club that delivers a box of awesome from under the radar brands. It's free to join and you can literally cancel at any time. Every month they introduce members to new products from outdoor wear to clothing to even live oysters. Taking a quiz that you're seeing on the screen right now. That lets them know exactly what you're into. We're gonna go ahead and unbox this box for next to a blown up N54. Why not? But the awesome thing is, every single box has about $70 worth of goods in it, and it only costs a fraction of the price. It's amazing. So here we're showcasing the Weekender bag, and they're very reasonable. Let's say 1 month you don't like your box because you can also preview what you're gonna get. That doesn't get better than that.
That's pretty good.
But you can skip a box, you can swap it out for another box, or if you don't want anything that month, you can literally skip the month completely with no charge at all. Wow! This is nice.
Feels like such great quality. You got a pocket in here and you got this large strap for over the shoulder carry-in. This actually feels so good. I can already see myself walking to the airport.
Of course, as we're opening package number 2, it is so exciting. Well, we're hooking you guys up. Use code DannyZ20 to get 20% off your first ever awesome box. With that being said, what is this one? Oh, so I think this is the parked box. Literally, hands down, probably the nicest and most comfortable, I guess you could say, camping chair, beach chair I've ever sat in. But let's be honest, I'm gonna be back here, sitting in this, working on the car, and assembling stuff. But with that being said, thank you so much to Bespoke Post for sponsoring today's video. Use code DannyZ20 to get your first ever awesome box for 20% off. And with that being said, let's get back to the video. Let me tell y'all, gutting a car may be fun, but being under there, I wish upon nobody. That was actually really frustrating, but we got pretty much the whole carpet out from under the driver's side seat. But of course, we have more work to do. And that includes taking out the door panels, because we want to make this car as light as possible, just like a race car. And with everything out of the car, it is time to put in the car. The next step to this interior is putting in the seats. Now, the last time I worked on Brom seats or aftermarket seats in general, I had such a hard time. It took me a total of 2 days. Of course, I had a much less experience back then, so I'm really curious to see how long it takes us this time around. We did go ahead and get sliders, which is the slider mechanism. You push this down, and that's what allows you to go up and down just like that, and then locks into place. Obviously, one goes on one side, the other one goes on the other side. And if I'm not mistaken, in this box, we have custom brackets because this just won't bolt onto the car. You need the brackets that go under the seat, and then it'll allow you to bolt the seats onto the car. But just like my first time years ago, the hardest part of the seat install was getting the slider mechanism to work properly, because it can be just very, very finicky to work with. Okay, so this slider mechanism started working perfectly fine, but this one was not. So now, as you can see, it's pretty much working. Let's just say that we had to do some hammering. After the hammering, we put on the bracket that connects the seat to the car, and well, here we go. Okay, here we go, here we go. I also made a big mistake. I threw away the seats, and that's okay, but the seatbelt buckle was on the seats. These seats are so much lighter. And in case you're wondering why we went with red racing seats, if you look at this picture right here in the video game, it actually shows that the car has red seats. So that's in. I think the seats fits perfect, and I think it looks even better. Okay. I was honestly afraid I was gonna sit a little too low, but this is not bad at all. Oh yeah. The slider works perfect, even better than my older cars, honestly. This car just took Ozempic with how much weight it's lost. What do you think?
You look so good.
Right. Okay. Go sit. Just sit. What do you mean you don't know where to
Do I
step?
step on this part?
It doesn't matter. Just it's race car stuff, right?
Oh, hot.
so not a road trip.
No.
Actually,
There's-
it's not that bad. I like this. They're holding me in.
All right, we're gonna drive from Florida to New York when this car's fully done.
What's the car event?
Careful with the side skirt, careful with the side skirt. Okay, if you don't recall from last video, I said that these pieces were missing. Well, I'm hyped. They just came in the mail. Yeah, so I think this goes like this. Oh, it doesn't fit. Oh boy. Well, if you don't know what this means, we pretty much have to cut or trim out of our newly painted fenders. So learn it from me. I should have probably bought that before we painted the car so I knew exactly if it was gonna fit or not. Yes, although it pains me probably more than it pains you to watch, we did have to Dremel and cut our freshly painted brand new fenders. As you can see, this side looks really good, but I did notice on the other side, it actually let me put on the badge without the outer plastic piece, and in my opinion, it looks a little bit cleaner. And thankfully the same day Lucas, the man, the myth, the legend that painted this car, stopped by to really show me how to polish the car. And just look how incredible this side looks. It's an absolute mirror. We're honestly absolutely nailing the whole supercar look interior for this car, but there's just one big issue. Like, all this back here, it's gutted, but I want it to be like a cool looking race car gutting. Like, if only we'd have like a whole conversion for... No way. This box literally dropped out of thin air, but in here, oh my gosh, wait till you guys see this. Turning an interior into a race car interior is so new to me. It is such a different route and I absolutely love it. Like, these pieces for the rear, as I'm unboxing this, I cannot wait to put them in the car. I'm so in love. Here we have all the pieces that we're gonna put in the rear of this car. I mean, it's like a whole puzzle. This is actually nuts. Here's a really good look on how it's gonna look like. But we do have to give a huge thank you to MKR Motorworks. Check out their eBay store. They literally make the coolest rear seat delete for these cars and a whole bunch of other stuff. Check them out, or their Instagram. Look at the quality of that. It's actually nuts. I've never done anything like this before. This is all new to me, but I am beyond excited. But before we start mocking up or anything, we do have to drill out these two brackets that are for the OEM seats of the car. But we do have to be careful we don't drill into the fuel cell. That'll be really bad. I guess you can say we have a little bit of an issue. I accidentally got way too drill happy. Now there's a hole in the fuel cell. Should be good. First, I wanted to assemble everything in the car, but it was literally impossible. I could not get things to fit or see how everything's supposed to fit up correctly. It was actually impossible. Okay, so we did have to go ahead and do something that I did not want to do, and that is take the seat out of the car. But I mean, thankfully, just 4 simple bolts. It's pretty easy. And the new game plan is attach everything outside of the car, make it one piece, and then put it back inside the car. I think that's how we're gonna get everything to fit up correctly. This is always for the left side, and that's gonna look so sick in that car. Okay, hopefully I can fit this in the actual car. I didn't even think about this. Oof, nice, nice. Okay, now this should be much easier and it's gonna give us a good idea on how it goes. There we go, okay. Then we also got this panel. I think this panel is gonna be the hardest to get in. This is very strange how it's supposed to sit. I don't know how this panel sits. This is gonna be pretty hard. But it is getting dark, so let's start gathering up our things and continuing tomorrow. And thankfully, both pieces fitting perfectly, but I did have to go ahead and take out the window actuator because it was just in the way of the rear seat delete. Now, this is kind of a bad idea because the window's gonna be flimsy just like that, but we are going to figure out a permanent solution to keep it shut another day. Boom. Obviously, I'm gonna keep this just in case, you never know. But now, theoretically, everything should fit just fine. And just fine, they fit. Let's just say something happens and this is the only car that I have. Like, all my other cars are gone and Christopher and I have kids and we need back seats. This is gonna be very interesting to look at. But what I think the issue is, when I mock these two up, I need to go ahead and bolt them up here, at least for now, so they stay in place, and then I can go ahead and start riveting everything. This is just so sick, like a true race car. And also, you're probably wondering what I'm gonna do with that up there. They did go ahead and send me these plates that obviously go right up there, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of like that up there. We're going to be flocking it black, as well as this and all that and that down there. So I think I'm gonna leave that backside as it is. So it's a little bit of tin can, but we still got a little bit of carpet and good BMW material, if you know what I mean. This thing's turning out so sick though. So sick, except the fact that BMW was holding in this foam piece with a self-tapping bolt. So next time you do something kind of sketchy or ghetto on your car, do not talk down on yourself. BMW is out here doing the same thing. Now let me tell you, fitting everything up was definitely a little bit difficult, especially because it was so cramped back there. But of course, we all know when you're working on a car, everything's gonna be a little more difficult than you expected. You just gotta keep going. I just remembered a massive topic of discussion in my previous videos is how are you gonna do the gas cap? Well, as you can see, that is on there like swimwear. And if you can see, actually it's pretty simple. We went ahead and put some magnets in the back, and when you hook it up right there, and then voila, look at that. And that is perfect. A lot of you were saying to cut the fender, and that makes absolutely no sense. I'm sorry, I love y'all, but how are you gonna cut the fender this open? Anyways, this amazing solution, a lot of recommended it, and you guys are the smartest people on planet Earth. I know it is nighttime, you can't really see everything perfectly. You're gonna see it tomorrow morning, but I just gotta update y'all. This looks absolutely amazing. We still do have to button it down a little bit, get all the clips up here perfectly, rivet all these together, do all that good stuff, but this back here is just a night and day difference. It looks actually extremely legit. Let's put the seats in, vacuum the car, and let's see after tomorrow so we can see it under the daylight. Now it's the big moment that I love in these videos. Let's call Cristobal up and see her reaction to it, because this looks insane. I didn't tell her what route we were taking, so she's either gonna love it or absolutely... Hey honey, come outside real quick. Remember I was doing the interior for the BMW? I finished, I want you to see it.
Okay, I'm going.
Run, run, run. I didn't tell her what route we were going, so this is either gonna go great or she's gonna be like, what did you do? What's wrong with her face? Yo, look at, there's no way she's...
Wow.
Hey, gorgeous.
What happened here?
Say, come sit down. Look at the new interior.
What happened to the seats?
They're gone.
Is this even drivable?
You're wearing the face mask. It's on right now, so you might want to go take that off. You look... We were gonna screenshot you. Go change that
it's
out.
Okay.
What are you doing? What do you think? Is it like a... Does it give race car? Yes? No? No race car?
Okay, I can see the race car part. That reminds me of like race car. But what's the point of taking out backseat?
I can tell you my problems, meditating my silence. But I keep pushing my pen, rotating my stylus.
With that being said, this interior is turning out amazing. Who would have thought in the start of this video it looked like this, and now at the end of it, it looks like this.
I need peace to borrow, get that shit right back tomorrow. Somehow all the fans go bravo, smile so much to hide my sorrows. Faith is shaky and bravado. I can't hold a frown too long. I can't stay down too long. Look, running from pain, running from strain, running from things, running from schemes.
But there's something really amazing that I have not said throughout this whole video, and that is there is going to be a part 2. Now, I want everybody comment down below, what do you want to see for part 2? More technology? maybe more race car stuff like a quick release steering wheel. Maybe we jump into the flocking and blacking out all that interior pieces, or maybe even some carbon fiber just so the car's a little more lightweight. What is up, family? We had to put this in the video. You can stay to the very end. We just have to. As you might have seen from the Instagram and from the community tab, Crystal and I
Got married.
we got married 4/14/24. We got married, and obviously right now we're coming to you from the beautiful DR for a honeymoon. This is the second floor of where we're staying. Look at this. We got a private pool. This little spot right here to just chill. Beautiful resort. Look at that. Not as gorgeous as you. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna do a little room tour. Okay, we probably should have done this room tour when we got here where it wasn't a big mess. But let's give a sneak peek of the bathroom. It's pretty dope. All the switches for the lights, it's like little, just technology. You just gotta tap it. Here we get the shower. Here we got the pooper. Ignore the underwear, but this is sick. Let's go Yankees. Bed, sofa, jacuzzi, little spot to just chill, another spot to just chill, and obviously the beautiful resort. And upstairs, pool. How you feeling? Now we're married? What?
Married life so far, 10 out of 10.
You guys have been here. I think like the first moments Crystal and I were on camera were years ago, and you guys have always been so supportive towards us. And the fact that 7 years later we're married, it's just so amazing. And we just wanted to film this little clip to tell you guys an update in case you didn't see the community tab or the posts on Instagram and whatnot. Crystal and I got married. We're now a married couple. We're old and kids soon. Just kidding, no.
It's like a rally thing.
Oh, the rally? Okay. You want to go on a rally with it?
Not the rally, it's the big event.
Honey, what are you talking about?
In Virginia or something. California.
SEMA? Yeah. SEMA. You want to take this to SEMA?
I'm saying that it's comfortable for SEMA.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh my god, yes. This is so sick. But the steering wheel's looking a little iffy, right? Yeah, it is.